Bam, we're live. Just like that. Kenneth, what's up, dude? Christine, hi. Corey, hi. Rambler, hi. David Weed, $500 on he's late. Am I late? Damn. But you win. $500. Must be a brutal assault bike workout. What? Why I'm late? You know what I did? I did do an assault bike workout yesterday. What did I do? I did 11 calories on the assault bike. And then I jumped to a 24-inch box 10 times with a 16-pound vest. 16, 1 6. And I did that for 15 rounds. That kind of broke me off. I was actually really surprised. I was actually going to go I was actually going to do another 15 rounds but without the weight vest. So like end up doing like 300 calories on the assault bike total or something with like 30 rounds. Just get a long workout, but I had to take my kids somewhere. But that kinda broke me. I was surprised. 24-inch box, 16-pound vest, 10 jumps, 10 cows on the assault bike, 15 rounds. I was like and then I went and played, tennis for 90 minutes. My it what I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess I'm just getting older, but 90 minutes of tennis, and then, like, 2 hours later, I was, like, just stiff or something. I was just like I mean, I feel fine this morning, but yet I felt like how a Gumby, you know that isn't there a dog called Gumby, that green guy? I felt like Gumby who had been put in the freezer. I wonder what happens if you put Gumby in the freezer. I don't even know what happens if you put Gumby in the freezer. Yesterday, I felt a bump on my what's going on? I got like a hair on my face. Yesterday, I felt a bump on my ball sack, like a little one. Like I don't know. I mean, if any bump on your ball sack feels big, it was on the skin. And I was tripping all day. I felt it yesterday, before the podcast when I was, showering. I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" There's a little tiny bump on the bottom side of my scrotum, and I was tripping and I mean, not tripping too hard, and then I forgot about it. And then last night yep, damn, 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 geez. You don't even let this story be exciting. You don't even AIDS. So, it was I stayed up late last night with the kids. We played, do you know that game Sorry? We were playing that game Sorry. I still haven't won. I think I'm the only person in the family who hasn't won. That game's I I guess I don't even like that game. I just like hanging out with the kids, but so we're playing, that board game Sorry. We have one that's, like, from 1940. The box is falling apart. I've taped it together 1,000 times. The plastic is the pieces are so old, the pieces are faded. Anyway, and I'm sitting there, and then the kids go to bed, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I remember, "Oh, I got that bump on my ball." So I go in the bathroom, and I'm, like, trying to hold my sack up, and I'm trying to take a picture with one hand, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it so the flash stays on. And now I'm like 60 pictures in, I'm thinking, like, maybe I should just have my wife, take the picture. Um, but finally I got it, and, I'm feeling weird because 'cause I'm in the bathroom for, like, 10 minutes. My wife's probably like, "What the fuck's he doing in there?" And I never close the bathroom door, and I close the bathroom door because 'cause I'm in this weird position with my phone and holding my ball sack up. It's nothing I would ever share with anyone, you know? So, anyway, I finally get a picture of it, and, so I look at it, and it's just an ingrown hair. I'd never had an ingrown at 52, I've never had an ingrown hair on my ball sack. I don't know if it's an ingrown hair, but it's some hair doing something. Something it shouldn't do, so it was just like it's not even red, it's just kind of I don't know. So then I have to go through my phone, and I erase 199 of the 200 pictures, but I wanna keep one picture, right? Just so like, if in 6 months it's still there, I can compare it to the old picture. And, So I got one weird picture of my undercarriage, not really my undercarriage, but do you have lice again? No. Listen, I don't even know if I ever had lice. I don't even think I ever had lice. Sure as fuck my kids had it. No, I didn't pluck it. I grabbed like 4 or 5 of them, like, around that area, and I was just gonna pull, and then I was like, "Nah, whatever." It's in a really tough spot. Like, imagine for those of you who don't have balls, your balls are like a basketball, and then it's, like, up on the and it makes sense why it'd be ungrown. It's really up high on the back where the scrotum almost attaches to the body. So it's kind of on the backside. You know what I got it probably from? I probably from sitting in that broadcast chair in 100-degree heat for 8 hours a day. My feet are totally different. My feet got all fucked up from this weekend. I can't believe I wore shoes for, uh, uh, for basically 10 hours a day for 5 days, and my calluses started, like, thinking they weren't needed, and my feet started, like, coming apart at the bottom. You know what I mean? For those of you who have really nice calluses, if you don't, like, tend to them and keep beating the bottom of your feet or beating your hands, the callus will be like, "Oh, I'm not needed anymore," and your shit'll get soft. It'll start trying to shed that skin. So, I love Riley Gaines. Try getting her on the podcast, but I love Riley Gaines. I don't know exactly how to say this. I think she's fantastic. I love what she does. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's strong. She's like all these. She's a chick. I love chicks more than any human being alive. But like, what are you going to talk to her about? She wears too much makeup. I agree. But but not bad. Not like okay. I'm not going to defend that. She. What am I going to talk to her about? I mean, she's fucking great. And I wanna support her because I like what she's doing, but I'm exhausted by I'm exhausted by the topic, but she's great. She's great. Here she is. Look at Riley Gaines. I love her. This is she's on my I got her on my fucking Instagram speed dial. She's great. Like, here we go.
I've never seen an organization more committed to self-imploding than the WNBA.
The only thing that I disagree with her here is, like, I have no interest. I think, that basketball player, what's her name? Reese Eaglewood, whatever that girl's name is with the crazy eyelashes, who I guess she's, like, the worst shooter in the league or some shit, the one that had the problem with Caitlin Clark. She I wouldn't be interested in the WNBA if it wasn't for this, yeah, she looks like she eats too many Reese's Pieces. I would have no interest in the WNBA if it Angel Reese's. I would have no interest in the WNBA if it wasn't for Angel Reese's and Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? I'd have no interest. And so I disagree. They're not imploding. This is actually brilliant. Does anyone have any interest in the WNBA? And now I've watched a little bit of WNBA, and holy shit, Caitlin Clark is fucking good. It's crazy. I've been watching some reels. She is so good. Regardless of good morning, Clive. You've been very active lately, stirring the pot, my friend. Clive McLaughlin. Regardless of the issues she talks on, very few women conduct themselves as assured as Riley does for her young years. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but like, I accept that. She's a boss. Well, I'm not going to watch a whole game of the WNBA. But I saw some shit where, like, I saw some reel where some chick swatted Caitlin Clark, and then Caitlin Clark got her own rebound and then did an inside pass, and then the chick laid it up, and I'm like, "Holy shit." That's probably better than I mean, I think they're better than me. So, I play a lot of basketball. Adam Blakesley, women's basketball, can eat a bag of dicks. Oh, let me say something really quick. We'll come back to Caitlin Clark, Reese Littlewood, Riley Riley Gaines in a second. Is anyone fucking Riley Gaines? Does she have a how come she doesn't have a rich dude? Shouldn't she marry some dude like Carolyn Levitt did? Be getting some, like, rich, like, 45, 55-year-old cock by now. Anyway, yesterday I proposed something, this event, the Colton Classic, Castro Classic, Sevon Classic. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna call it, but it's gonna be at the ranch. 24 athletes. I'm gonna invite James Sprague there and then charge $500 for registration. James will do all the programming, and then if you win an event, you get, like, your registration back or something. But basically, you just get the experience of going to the ranch, working out against James, 3 workouts each day, and then, we'll stream it, and it's kind of like it's kind of like a mix between an event, a vacation, a training camp, and you get to pretend like you're better than you really are because you get to go against James, right? Yeah, CrossFit Fantasy Camp. Thank you, CrossFit. I apologize for everything how aggressive I was towards you yesterday for saving me on that. Yes, like a fantasy camp. Yeah. And some idiot called it the World Fitness Project. Oh, Sevon just reinvented the World Fitness Project. You idiot. I'm not doing this to create anything for the athletes. I'm using this for an excuse to use my streaming software to get reps in myself, and I'm gonna make the athletes pay for it by charging this exorbitant registration, and then get, James a little, Sprague or Colton Mertens or someone a little pocket change. You jackass, whoever said that. It's nothing like the World Fitness Project, you douche canoe. I think it was Augustus Link who said it. Yeah, and I wanna have, you know what I was thinking? Like, for me, I don't know about for you guys, but for me, I like going to airports because of the shopping experience, even though I don't ever buy anything there and I don't go in the stores. Like, I like big mega airports and you walk through there and it's like a shopping mall. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's funny too. And so, if I love an event that has a massive vendor village. I love a massive vendor village, a massive vendor village. And so I was thinking there could be a vendor village there and it's just super cheap for the vendors to come. So like people who have these niche products like Matuthian who can't afford a $5,000 booth could have a booth there. Maybe it's even free. I don't know how it works. I mean, it's definitely free for me. It's my fucking event. And then someone's like, "Well, what if only 30 people show up to watch it and there's 60 vendors there?" Like, I don't get like why are you inserting your fucking ideas into my ideas? I don't give a fuck. Like you think I care about shit that you care about. I don't care. Low barrier of entry for the everyone except for the athletes. What the athletes get is they get a ton of exposure because we'll stream it. And then someone like Matthias Porter can come work out against James and see where he ranks. So I think it'll be cool. Maybe we'll only let 10 fans and 60 vendors, so there'll be no lines at the vendors. Yeah, you don't care if no one comes. Yeah, ask my wife. Ask my wife. Oh, one more story about my wife. Jeez Louise, my poor wife. I'm sitting on the couch. This is before I took a picture of the ingrown hair on my ball sack. I don't even know if it's an ingrown hair, but whatever it is, I diagnosed it as not a big deal. And just don't start sending me DMs, by the way. So I know I'm gonna get a bunch of DMs. I had a bump on my scrotum like that, and you really need to get that checked out. Like, hey, stop. I'm fine. Uh, yesterday I'm on before or after, I don't remember. I'm sitting on the couch and this clip plays. I wonder if I can find the clip. Oh, this would be great. Uh, is it weird to find out through your show that you had a bump on your scrotum you were slightly concerned about? Oh, my wife just texted me that. Fuck. I'm staying on the show for 4 hours this morning so I don't have to go out there and face her. Um, uh, oh, okay, good. Okay, great. Think? I thought maybe Greg was gonna come on the show today. I guess he's not. He's traveling. What was I talking about? Oh, let me see if I can find this clip. I'm watching this Instagram clip and I'm like, "Holy shit, this is the dumbest fucking clip ever." I go, "I wish people wouldn't send me dumb shit." And my wife goes, "I sent that to you." Sorry, I lost my Riley Gaines clip. I'm looking for I have my wife pinned at the top of my Instagram. Oh, that doesn't transfer to your computer? Shit. Oh, here it is. I found it anyway. Here it is. Wait, where oh, shit. I thought Pool Boy sent it to me too. Use the latest version of the Instagram app to see this type of message. Where the hell is that? Maybe I can search her name. My wife's name? Haley. Messages. We will get back to Riley Gaines. That's important. That's an important story. Uh, Haley. Where is it? She said she sent it to me too. Anyway, I'm watching this clip. I'm like, God, this clip is so fucking stupid. She's like, I sent that to you. I go, no, Pool Boy sent that to me. She goes, oh, I sent that to you too. And I go, you think that's funny? And she's like, yeah, it was making fun of liberals. I didn't even get it. I didn't even get the joke. It was like it was someone applying chapstick to their face. And before they put the chapstick on their lips, they looked at the side of the chapstick and it said apply liberally. So then when they put the chapstick on, they're like BLM, Ukraine, LGBTQ. And my wife thought it was so funny. And Pool Boy must have thought it was funny too, because he sent it to me. And then it kinda just hit me, like, that must be why I love Pool Boy so much, because he has characteristics of, my wife. No, I don't want Riley Gaines on the show. I haven't tried yeah, stupid, thank you, yeah. Yeah, that's dumb, thank you. Oh, look at Jamie. I knew Jamie would think it's funny. In a different life, maybe you could be my wife, Jamie. I've seen your husband. You have weird taste in men like my wife. Yeah. Was it shaped like a penis? No. Oh, I thought it was dumb too. You could never be my wife then. My wife and I have totally different sense of, humor. Once a month, my wife says something funny, and I always basically say the same thing to her. I always go, "Shit, I forgot that you were funny. I didn't even know you could be funny." But when she says shit that's funny, it's really funny. But she thinks she's funny. No, I have not put ice between my wife's toes like I did to Pool Boy, but I I do play with my kids' toes a lot. So every day after tennis practice, when my boys get in the car, I take their shoes off and they love it. I take each one of their shoes off and then I slowly peel their socks off. Tennis shoes are really tight so that your foot doesn't slide around in the shoe. And they love it. I peel their socks off really slow and then I touch each toe. And they love that shit. They're like, do me, do me. Yeah, I haven't bathed my wife in a while, but I used to bathe her all the time. I used to shower her. But I didn't really bathe her. She would just stand in the shower and I would soap her up. I like soaping her up. Okay. Where were we? Did I get all the stories out? I got this Jesus shirt. Is that clip anywhere online? Has anyone seen that clip where Pool Boy's in the I don't know if it's on the internet. But Jenny filmed it and I didn't even see her there, but she filmed it and that day I'm wearing there was this shirt that I described on the show once that was my favorite shirt and that it got destroyed. It was my favorite shirt in college, my favorite shirt of all time, and it was this white shirt with a faded Jesus on the back. And eventually the shirt fell apart, so I had to throw it away or turn it into a rag. Probably should have buried it in the backyard and done a ceremony. But Travis Bellinghausen over at Vindicate, he remade me the shirt. He made me a new Jesus shirt. Yeshua. Yeah, Yahweh. It is a sick shirt. All it needs in the front is a little Sevon podcast symbol, and it's ready to go. Anyway, I wore it. So many people asked me, if they could get that shirt. Where can I get that shirt? Where can I get that shirt? Anyway, I wore it one day at the NorCal Classic. The Jesus on in the back is huge, and I have a massive back. Even though I'm a little tiny guy, I got a huge back. The Jesus, like, looks good on my back. It's a good platform for Jesus. And I realized you can see the shirt when I'm hunched over and working on Pool Boy's feet. You can see the Jesus great from the angle. Jenny's filming it. And I was thinking, boy, you don't see a lot of Jesuses on shirts. Yeah, it's so cool, Matt. You so want one. It's so cool. It it's so awesome. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, you don't see a lot. You don't see Jesus on shirts. Jesus, do you? Euro Jesus smokes cloves. Oh, because that's not what Jesus really looked like. You didn't even did you even see the one that was on my back? How do you know? It was El Negro Jesus, El Negro Jesus. And he wasn't married to and his apostles all had like weird names like it wasn't Mary, it was Laquifa. I mean, you don't even know what my Jesus looked like on my shirt. What do you how do you know it's not black Jesus? Anyway, it was a great shirt. Someone in the comments wrote, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were a believer." What do you mean? I'm not, of course I'm not a believer. That's crazy talk. I'm so glad that the best thing about NorCal Classic and Syndicate being over is that I don't have to do my hair anymore. I don't have to like put gunk in my hair. I had to put so much gunk in my hair. I looked like I was out of the mafia the whole weekend. At least that's the way I felt. I had these mirrored sunglasses on, but I didn't feel like I had to make eye contact with anyone. And I put just tons of just clay in my hair and in my beard. Oh, your hair looked awful. Oh, it did? Oh, I thought it looked good. Oh, you look good and handsome. So who do I believe? Do I believe Pat? Pat, you have a very iconic look. I like your look. Or do I believe the guy that it's rained pussy on him since the day he was born? Shit, I don't know who to believe. Oh, your hair looked good, Barkley. Or do I believe the dork analyst guy? Mm. Jake Chapman from the Base Show says you look like a carpet salesman. And then Corey Leonard responds with Jake, he kind of is a carpet salesman. Avery, okay. A young doe-eyed vixen says I looked good. I'm going with that. It looked good. All right. There you go. There you go. Uh oh. Your hair was trash. Oh, do you believe the meme guy with no hair? Oh, did Wooly comment on my hair that my hair looked like trash? That would actually be kind of cool. Oh, I know it was a compliment. I know. I know. I believe it. I'm going with you, Avery. It looked good. Yeah. Anyway, regardless, I'm glad it's over. Um, I'm glad it's over because that was a lot of work, making my hair look like that. Whether you thought it looked like trash or you thought it looked good. Wow, you look like a deflated senior Bill Grunler. Wow. Bill has this really interesting thing going with his hair. Bill's hair is it's like an MC Escher painting. There's an optical illusion there. He's kept this little tuft in the front and then shaved the rest of his hair really short. He has a lot of hair, a lot of thick hair, but he's just kept this little tuft in the front and then shave the rest like an inverted Hare Krishna. And then what he does is he clumps, I don't know what he uses, clay or gel, but he clumps that shit in the front and brings it back. And so you think he has this big, massive head of hair like I do, but he doesn't. It's just an optical illusion because he's kept it in the front and then blended it into the back with that mud or whatever he uses. I thought it was genius. I was taking a close look at it. I was like, oh, this motherfucker got the effect that I get, but with 1/20th the amount of hair on his head, he gets to shave off the rest. When I the day before that night when I got home, or that morning at the Airbnb, I put the water on scalding hot in the shower, and I washed my hair like 3 times to try to get all that mud out that had been compiled in there for the last 2 weeks. And then when I got home and my kids hugged me, the first thing they said is, "You smell good." And I knew it was because I normally never wash my hair. No, not like Trump's comb over because no, because Bill has a ton of hair, but he just keeps it thick in the front and then pulls it back, and then you just assume, well, maybe it's because he's so tall. Bill's really tall. At least to me, he's really tall. Like, he's a 6 foot plus guy, and so I can't see the top of his head. I only noticed that technique when he was sitting down. Yeah, back over. So, yeah, back over. So, could you imagine sharing an 8 ball with Sevy and Bill? We would make someone airtight if we were me and Bill did an 8 ball and was and the sun was down. Good luck. We would fulfill all your dreams. No joke. Okay, what were we talking about? Riley Gaines. Let me see if I can just okay, Riley Gaines. So the WNBA, the best thing that happened to the WNBA is this controversy. So that's the only thing I disagree with regarding Riley Barker. Maybe she is married now. She got a new last name, Barker. I know she can get some rich dude who's nice.
Organization more committed to self-imploding than the WNBA. A few weeks ago,
For sure, Carolyn Levitt's dude's on steroids, right? Does anyone disagree with that? For sure. Oh, she's married? Wiley Gaines is married? Hmm.
made this video highlighting how it appears Brittany Griner said bleep white girl after fouling out in a game against Indiana Fever, the team that Caitlin Clark plays for. Some people like Jamel Hill, former ESPN host, says that no, she didn't say bleep white girl. She says bleep whack call, to which she then went on to call me a grifter for even pointing this out, but besides the point. You can watch and make up your own mind as to what it appears Brittany Griner is saying. It's not certain what Griner says. There is one
On the ESPN app, they have this month they have a whole vertical that's LGBTQZY stuff, butt fucking stuff. They have a butt fucking playlist, which is kind of weird.
one way to
Someone referred to the flag to me this weekend as the butt fucking flag. I hope that sticks. The BFF flag.
find out. Ask Brittany Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick. It's been over 2 weeks since Griner said this. Instead, the WNBA was investigating a bogus race hoax made up by Angel Reese about Indiana Fever fans.
So the WNBA was looking into and investigating a situation where fans were yelling racist shit at Reese Witherspoon. And meanwhile, one of their players, the Griner girl who got locked up in Russia, was actually the one I don't know if calling someone a whack white girl, I don't think that's racist. Whack black girl, whack Asian girl, whack Jew girl. I don't know. I'm okay with it. Obviously, you gotta let it go in all directions. You gotta be able to say the whack Mexican girl. Um, I don't know. I think it's kinda cool that, remember when that Asian guy was good in the NBA for, like, a week or 2 weeks? Something Wang, Chung-Lee Wang, and he was, like, so good for, like, a week or 2, and they called it Wang Mania. I think that's fine. If you're gonna use it for positive, you can use it for negative. So why not? I think you I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Lynn Mania. Linsanity. Yeah, that was cool. Remember that? I mean, the only reason Linsanity worked is because it was an Asian dude who just was killing it, in the NBA. That's the only. I mean, that would never have worked if it would have never even been pointed out if it wasn't an Asian dude. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know shit about sports. Someone help me out here. I'm right though, right? Is that true? Judy stopped making her daily bowl of rice because she heard Asian. She's like, "Huh? What? What are you guys talking about? What do I need to weigh in on?" No, it worked because he was a Nick. Oh, really? You don't think that Wang Mania, Wang Sanity worked just because he's Asian? That's bullshit. Yeah, okay, thank you, Pat. Pat and I agree on so much. He had a run where he was pretty nasty, but the Asian part was most of it. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Okay. So if Briner wants to call her a whack white chick, I don't whatever. I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem if someone called her a whack black chick either, like whatever.
And I say bogus because they found no evidence that supports Angel Reese's claims.
Yeah, so no one was even being racist to Angel Reese. I find that so hard to believe that the audience would do that anyway. What is this Outkick thing? Is that her news organization? Like Charlie Kirk has one, and now she has one, and that Jew dude Ben Shapiro has one. She has her own news. She has her own news channel or something now.
So we at Outkick applied for media credentials to cover Brittany Griner's team, the Atlanta Dreams, game on June 6th, to which, shocker, they denied us. We've never had trouble getting media credentials with any professional sports league in the past, but wouldn't you know, now they suddenly have very limited space, which is total baloney. They just want to suppress any sort of uncomfortable inquiries from media. Regardless, we at Outkick are going to keep asking the tough questions, the questions that people want the answer to. And if you do call yourself a reporter or a journalist from an outlet like ESPN or any other sports outlet for that matter, and you have access to these settings and you're not asking those questions, you're really no reporter or journalist at all, at least not one with journalistic integrity. I have never seen an organization more committed to self-imploding than the WNBA.
I don't know, man. That's the part I disagree with. That's the part I disagree with. The CrossFit Games are the hardest. I don't know. Trying to figure out how to word this. The CrossFit Games are really difficult. Like really, really, really difficult. And just to get through them is incredible. And you could die doing them. Someone's died before doing it. So the CrossFit Games are hard. Like really, really hard. 13 grueling events. Grueling. Unknown. Some of the events are unknown. The weights are heavy. The distances are long. The temperatures can be in the hundreds. The largest participatory sport in the world, just getting there is insane. Cast the widest net in all of sports. The only real the claim is so valid. It's more valid than the, Super Bowl team being the best football team in the world. Significantly more valid. Better than it holds more authority and weight than the greatest NBA team. We don't even know if that's the greatest basketball team because you gotta be in the NBA to do it, and you gotta have had enough $1 billion to put a team together. And you could die doing the CrossFit Games, and people have died. It's fucking hard. I think that's cool.
A few weeks ago, I made this video highlighting how it appears Brittany Griner said,
No, that's it. So, yeah. So, um so um uh oh, wait. Oh, okay. I'm trying to get Alex Kazan on the show, and, she said she could come on later on today, so maybe I'll have another show. That's cool. Alex might be the best CrossFitter in the world right now, who's going to the games, the best female. Is there anyone better than her? She might be the only one who can give, Tia Toomey a run. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking over here, I'm texting. One of my friends, last year he's a complete libtard from the Bay Area. Good buddy. Such a good buddy. And he was telling me that the boys and girls sports is just an isolated incident, and I'm watching too much media, too much Fox News. Just an isolated incident.
past week was a dream for the women-hating Democratic Party. Boys stole girls' state titles, podium spots, or qualifying spots in California, Oregon, Washington, Minnesota, and Maine. That is 5 blue states just this past week. I mean, it's virtually the same every time, where a mediocre boy who would never be able to post similar rankings in the boys division, his rightful division, switches to the women's or the girls, where he skyrockets in terms of achievements or placing. And reminder, the inverse of this, girls switching to the boys division and dominating, is not and will never happen. But I wanted to make this video tonight because I'm heartbroken and truthfully in disbelief that this is still happening. That Democrats are doubling down on this issue. Actually, Democrats and mainstream media swear this isn't even happening, or that people like me are just trying to create a solution to a problem that doesn't really exist. Such a small percentage of girls are affected. There are only a handful of boys playing in girls' sports nationwide, or these boys don't actually possess a biological advantage over the girls. Do not believe their lies and do not fall for their gaslighting. And never ever tell me that the Democratic Party is the party of and for women again. This past week...
That sounds fair. Yeah, next topic, right? Yeah, I kind of feel that way too, Barry. But here's the thing. I think that's a shortcoming on our part, Barry, because the story does get a little old because you just hear it over and over and over. It's like, but it's a problem, and it's a serious problem. It's a serious problem. It's a serious, serious problem. So yeah, like, is this because we have a short attention span? Is that because we have an attention span of a snail? Like, who should let it go? Why don't the Democrats let it go? You know? Pat Lang, I'm okay with the story. It's pure insanity that they allow this. Yeah. I guess it's just like, we've heard it so many times that it just kinda gets boring. Once they let a dude beat up girls in the Olympics in a boxing match, once they let it happen in fighting, it's like it can't get any worse. It's kinda like having a crazy relative, and at some point, you just accept it. But I'm glad she's doing it. I'm glad, what's this chick's name? Riley. I'm glad Riley's doing it. I'm glad she's going after these people. Riley Gaines' husband. Riley Gaines' husband. Uh, uh, um, oh, she does have a husband. The Irish star. Riley Gaines uses husband to settle debate. Except I just want to see her husband. Former swimmer turned political activist Riley Gaines took to social media to prove her height on Saturday. Riley Gaines has taken onto social media to prove that she is not a man. Oh. Can you imagine can you imagine what it's like when Simone Biles gets fucked? She's 4'8". Isn't her husband a professional something, like a professional football player? They never, I bet you they only have standing sex. It must be wild. I'd like to see that. Yep, I said it. I'd like to see that. I wanna show you, one more thing, if I can find it. That picture that Hiller has of Taylor walking over the bar is the most amazing thing ever. Where is that? Where that is. Hiller's, Hiller's video at, NorCal made me, miss doing the behind the scenes. Like, oh man, I used to love doing that. Get Bajan on and ask him, they're teammates. Oh, she's banging a dude from the Bears? Holy shit. Holy shit. Man, the NorCal thing is crazy. Uh, wow, I'm getting inundated with texts this morning. Man, the NorCal stuff is wild. I think it'll be I think it'll be, I saw comments saying that it shouldn't be a qualifier next year. I think it'll be a qualifier next year. Do you think he can go balls deep? I don't know. I'd have to see what he's packing. It's weird. Didn't that girl, Simone Biles, didn't she step out of the Olympics? Didn't she, like, say that she had a mental breakdown and she couldn't do the Olympics? I saw a tweet also that she was saying she's glad she doesn't have to compete against men from a couple years ago, and now she's going after Riley Gaines for standing up for women. It's crazy. Hiller's content, was so good that it should transcend the CrossFit space and become more mainstream sport content. Really? You think that? Hmm. Oh, she apologized? She apologized for what? For going after Riley Gaines? Did she really? Let me see that. Simone, or did she apologize for, saying that she's glad she doesn't have to compete against men? Simone apologize. Which one? Simone Simone Biles apologizes over trans athlete debate. Oh, she apologizes to Riley Gaines. Well, that ruins the whole story. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for ruining the story. By the way, you're a real prick. Simone Biles makes surprising statement after ugly feud with Riley Gaines over trans athlete explodes. Simone Biles explained on her fair competition stance in the transgender athlete debate Tuesday after her feud with Riley Gaines exploded on social media over the weekend. In a lengthy post shared on X, the 11-time Olympic medalist gymnast addressed how the current system doesn't adequately balance principles such as competitive equity. Oh, she's an idiot. And inclusivity, often igniting heated exchanges. So she didn't say sorry. She just did a fucking word salad. I wanted to follow up from my last 2 tweets. I've always believed competitive equity and inclusivity are both essential in the sport. What? You can't have competitive equity and inclusivity. Holy fuck. I got to tell you about my meeting with the tennis coach yesterday. It went with my kids. It went much better than I thought. Much, 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 much better. But it was still insane. I wanted to follow up from my last 2 tweets. I've always believed. How would you have equity in sports? Someone explain that to me. How the fuck would you have equity in sports? It's completely merit based. You can only have you want equality in sports. You don't want equity or inclusivity as anywhere. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles, which often lead to frustration, heated exchanges, and it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. Shut the fuck up. Hey, dude. She said it. The social media drama between Biles and Gaines 25 unfolded last week when the political activist and former collegiate swimmer reacted to Minnesota high school softball team. These are sensitive and complicated issues that I truly don't have the answers or solutions to. No, why not? How do you not have the solution to men playing in women's sports? It's very easy. No, they can't. But I believe it starts with empathy and respect. On whose part? On whose? Why doesn't it? Why don't the males who want to compete against females have to have empathy and respect? I was not advocating for policies that compromise fairness in women's sports. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. My objection is to be singling out children for public scrutiny in ways that feels personal or harmful. Dude. Individual athletes, especially kids, should never be the focus of criticism or flawed system they have no control over. What are you talking about? Because a man's 17 years old and he competes against women, he shouldn't be criticized? Are you out of your mind? I believe sports organizations have a responsibility to come up with rules supporting inclusion while maintaining fair competition. Yeah, it's a word salad. I knew it was. That's not an apology, Jeff. Yeah. I hope she ends up on OnlyFans. I mean that with peace and love. Yeah, it's pandering. I agree. She got scared. Yeah, she is batshit crazy. Who wrote that? Judy? So there's that. Fine, introduce a trans division, compete in whatever division gray you want, but your podium, yeah, totally. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Alex Gazan. Hi. Hello? Alex. Wait, hold on. How come I can't hear you? Wait, hold on. Alex, hi.
It's right.
Hello?
It's Pedro. It's Pedro.
Oh, it's Pedro. I thought it was Alex. Okay. Hi, Pedro.
Hi. Have you ever seen The Mask?
The movie The Mask with James Carrey?
No. No, there's when the police officer comes to your house and he has a mask on.
Oh, no. I don't think police officers hasn't come to. One time I had rented this house and I was growing. This was when weed was illegal in California, and I was growing tons of fucking weed, like you wouldn't fucking believe. There's actually a video on it on the internet. I should pull it up. But I rented this house and I filled the whole thing with weed, and this is in Walnut Creek, California. And my neighbors across the street, my neighbor across the street was this gay guy, and he brought home a prostitute, and they got into a fight, and then the cops showed up. And then they came to my.
That sounds like a book.
And
that sounds like a book.
And they came to my door. And I thank God I had 2 Great Danes that were going fucking crazy in the house. So when the cop knocked on the door, I thought for sure I was going to jail. I thought for sure. And so I came outside out front, and the cops were there, and they were asking me questions about what happened across the street. I was freaking out, but that was 25 years ago or something. And I don't other than that, nope, cops have never come to my door.
With the you ever see the movie Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, I like Rocky. Sylvester Stallone won the Academy Award.
Yeah, that's it's in my passport, my passwords.
Oh, for your thanks for sharing that with us. That's cool.
I was working.
You were what?
I was putting up stickers for InfoWars.
Oh.
You ever heard of those InfoWars stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the village trucks. It was a red one. They came up and almost like, oh, you can't do that. I said, no.
Say that again.
The village truck came up and says, you can't do that. You can't put up stickers.
And go on. I'm listening. You have my attention. Hello? 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 All right, fine. Someone has ripped. I didn't even know this. I just searched Seymour Buds on YouTube. People have ripped all my DVD footage and put it online. They can't do this. I own this. I made this. I made the music too. Listen to the music. I made this. That's me. There's me. There's a young Sevon. Look at the clone. Look at. Oh yeah, that was amazing. Listen, I put a mirror over a door at the end of the hallway, so it's like a secret door that goes back into these 3 rooms. God, I forgot all about this. Like, see that secret mirror door, and you open the mirror, and then behind it's the door. I put that little sound effect in there. Look at that system. It was crazy. I did all this, guys. I was a real farmer. I made this music too. This is all Sevon Matosin production. This is 25 years ago. It was crazy. After the cops came to my house, did you actually make the music? Yeah, I made the music too. I made all that. I rented this house and was just growing crazy weed in it. And then after the cops came, I couldn't handle it. I took the whole thing down. I want to say I want to say that I got like 10 or 12 pounds of harvest. It was fucking crazy. I was so proud of this. I wonder if I have the DVDs up here. Here's 2 of the DVDs. wonder if their DVDs are even in here. Oh yeah, look at it. I even put little stickers on them. I used to print them out on my. That's a sticker. Look at that. Look at that root growth. That root. Can't remember if I only used. Oh, this one's still wrapped in the plastic. I was making a killing on these. Making a fucking killing. And then DVDs went out of style and YouTube came and all my shit got fucking hijacked and now it's all over YouTube. I didn't even smoke weed back then. Oh, look at this. You know what's crazy? I'll show you this other DVD I have. Hold on. Let's talk to Pedro. Pedro, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? This is Pedro.
Pedro, hi. I don't know what happened. I didn't hang up on you. We just got disconnected.
Yeah, it's the deep state.
How's life, buddy?
Anyway, so I was over there putting up stickers, Infowars.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
And the village road crew comes over and says, "Hey, you can't put up stickers." Yeah, I can. And so the next day or later that day, the police came over, dressed up in a mask. One of them was. He was Dennehy. He was the police officer in Rambo.
Oh yeah. Brian Dennehy. He was great. He died. That's sad. Yeah, Dennehy was great in Rambo.
Yeah, he was right in front of my on my front lawn.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I have people walk around, follow me around. I'm VIP. I'm very important.
Yeah, that's cool.
How did I get that way? I told Alex Jones to give me 15% and kiss my shoe, and I told him use art. And I would watch the show and I talk to him through the phone, just like a regular person. And then he started talking back on the internet. One was I was having a trial with.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really think it was Brian Dennehy?
No, it was a mask. But it did sound like him.
Oh, okay.
It did sound like him.
I was really hoping you were going to tell me you really thought it was him, so you could be crazy. I need a caller. I need a caller to call in regularly that's batshit crazy.
Yeah, but I know that you get messages too, because you said 3 triggering things or 3 or 4 triggering things. So I called. So anyway, the other ones I saw was
you need your own
Kidman.
You need your own podcast.
Okay, so let's do one.
Okay.
There's one for $100. You pay $100. It's called School, and then we get people to pay $20, and then people to pay $100.
Oh yeah.
You know, like yeah, and then you just view School, and then put stuff on YouTube, and then BitChute.
What's the longest you've gone without a drink?
7 days.
Wow, when was that? That's impressive. When was that?
Well, I tried to quit. So
when was that? How long ago was that?
Like about 2 years ago.
Oh, that's all. Have you ever gone to AA?
Yeah, but it's retarded.
Because the people there are so lame? Just a bunch of losers?
I don't know. I can quit if I wanted to, but I get a lot of joy in talking to my phone and pretending I'm talking to Alex Jones and whoever.
I had this guy on yesterday who was sober for 20 years, and then he got back on the bottle for 5 years, and now he's been sober for another 13 years. And now he's competing to be the fittest 60-year-old in the world.
Yeah,
That would be a hell. That would be a hell of a transformation for you, dude. You imagine a documentary about you, Pedro, completely fucked up and drunk for 30 years, so drunk he pees in the sink. Now, sober and competing to be the fittest man alive.
Yeah, I used to run the hills around here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I was like 21st in my area. I was like the best I was like 21.
Do you smoke
I
weed?
got a Rubik.
Do you smoke weed too?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you have to if you have CIA, FBI, Mossad, and the mafia coming after you all the time.
Yeah.
You gotta calm down a little bit.
I like how you say Mossad.
Yeah, the Mossad.
The Mossad.
You know how I started with the Mossad?
The Mossad.
Yeah. I heard, I saw that I was getting, they were watching me on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I started talking really softly.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a blanket over my head.
Yeah.
On the computer.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yourself! You motherfucker!
Hey, someone just asked the craziest question I've ever seen in the chat about you. Someone just asked what ethnicity you are.
Oh, it's a secret. I can't tell you right now.
You are as cracker white as they come. You are Irish as a motherfucker.
It's a secret.
Sabir, are you serious? You're wondering what ethnicity this dude is? Come on, dude. This dude is Irish. This dude hey, do you drink so much that your nose is all bulbous and shit? Is your nose all weird?
Yeah, I got stuff growing out of it.
Yeah. That's you gotta stop drinking. What can I do to help you stop drinking? Anything?
Let's write a book.
Okay.
Yeah, let's write a book.
Okay.
And get some money from the people.
Yeah.
And then they want to hear about
I don't think we have to worry about getting money from the people. We have to get you healthy, and then and that's it.
Yeah, I have no money. I've been broke for 2 years.
Yeah, everyone's broke. It's America.
No, I don't have a job. I can't get a job. I was trying to get a job. I even changed my name to Rhonda. They wouldn't give me a job anyway.
That's good. Hey, you should get sober and find a girlfriend.
I have a pact. I have a pact with a woman.
Pardon me?
I have like a pact, like a religious pact or something like that.
Yeah.
I bet you. So anyway, so I bet this girl on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
That I was gonna marry her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says okay, you know.
Okay.
But it turns out she's like a hypnotist.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll think about you when I'm tending to my garden today. My garden's off the hook.
Okay, let's make a book. I'll send you an email or something.
Love you, Pedro. Get 3 days sober, and then we'll write the book.
Okay.
Love you, buddy. All right. Okay. Someone needs to explain this shit to me. This is if this guy lost 100 pounds, he'd look like Jesus. I know that. But this is a dude with high heels. Are those considered high heels? This is a dude with high heels wearing a dress. He looks like he's a Paki or a Palestinian, a Pali. This shit is fucking nuts. We live with Pat, this is one of your liberal buddies. Pat, look, this is one of your liberal buddies. Right here.
We will all be free, inshallah.
We'll all be free in inshallah. The comments are great. Annie at a Palestinian rally.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We will all be free, inshallah.
This is a fat tranny at a Palestinian rally. Someone said, right, we are living in a South Park episode. Someone else writes, go to Gaza, your head will be freed from your body. Go to Gaza, you'll be escorted to the roof. We got transgender Muslims before GTA 6. What GTA? Don't tell me what that stands for. Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. We got transgender Muslims before we got Grand Theft Auto 6. That's probably funny to gamers. I could respect that. Please send this man to Gaza. Go to Palestine and see how welcome you'll be. Who the fuck gave this guy, a 280-pound linebacker the mic? Inshallah. Inshallah. Wow. Yeah, that South Park episode line's pretty good. We do live in a South Park episode. This is Detroit. God, Pat, where do you live? You live in Philly? Philly and Detroit got to be the two biggest shitholes in the United States of America. Oh, Baltimore. What a joke. Your head will be freed from your body. You have a wireless caller. Okay, you can talk. Hello?
Hey, Simon, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and tell you amazing coverage the last couple of weeks for Syndicate and NorCal. It was great to watch. Really appreciate you guys and what you did, and all the format, how you guys had different commentating crews, different looks and feels. The drone shots were amazing. Just really, really good stuff, man.
Oh, stop. You're embarrassing me.
What was your kind of highlight from both events? I mean, obviously, I was both watching and then also kind of assessing how you guys were setting everything up, right? Because you guys, you know what you're doing, right? So there's a level of professionals in there to kind of see. And I look at you running point on a lot of things and really looking at the overall production. So what was your kind of, I guess, highlight takeaway from both weekends that you said, yeah, I nailed that one? And was that the first time you've been fully in charge of bigger productions like that, kind of start to finish, getting, the sponsorships are funding for it, putting the crew together, going out and putting the actual, product out there from almost like a executive producer standpoint?
When Final Cut Pro came out in, I don't know, 2002 or 3 or whenever that was, I can't remember exactly. The day it came out, I bought it, and I bought a computer, and I hadn't used a computer in years, and no one had computers. This is pre-YouTube. And I had bought a video camera. I was a homeless guy, and I was working at this home for disabled adults, and I would just, whatever, sleep wherever. And but I'd always wanted a video camera. I don't know why I bought it. Probably because I just had, I had thousands, and I probably had like $5,000 saved, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I always wanted a video camera my whole life. So I bought this video camera. It's when you put those big giant cassettes in video cameras. And I would just walk around town, this town of Isla Vista, California. It's a town with 20,000 students in a half square mile. Everyone just bikes and walks everywhere. And I would just walk around and film. And I had gone to school there a bunch of years, but then had, basically stopped going to school there. And so I had this video camera, and I'd been filming for like a year. And then I heard this, and I was just trying to figure out, how the fuck am I going to edit these tapes? I wanted to learn how to edit. And there was a this is probably more than you want to know, but there was this thing I don't know if they still have them. They were called public access channels, and every area had them. And so every city has them. So if you wanted to edit, you'd have to go to this public access channel and use like their equipment there. And they would have like $500,000 worth of this really old, shitty equipment. And I never went there to do it, but I was always thinking about, hey, I wonder if I could learn how to do that. And then this computer and this software came out, and I bought it. And Final Cut Pro came on 10 DVDs, and I bought the laptop, and I bought a shitty fucking 1977 Chinook with all the money I had saved. And I plugged the computer into a cigarette lighter, and it took me 2 weeks just to load the 10 DVDs into the computer. And there was no internet then, so I had to be on tech support and all this crazy shit. And so I after 2 weeks of loading it, I was terrified. I'm like, wow, I spent, I don't know, probably total of like $9,000 between the car, the computer, and the software. And I forced myself to learn it. And it was like scary and depressing. And I started making this show in town called IVTV. And I was probably, and this is before Girls Gone Wild had come out, for those of you who remember that. And I was probably the first person ever in the history of the fucking world to make a TV show using Final Cut Pro, besides anyone who maybe got it as a beta to use from Apple ahead of time, some people in Hollywood. And so I started playing the show, and the show was hugely popular. When I would play it I would play it every like once a month in town. And I would export it to a giant, big, fucking huge tape, and then I would take it to the public access station, and they would play it. And when they would play it, the whole town would go quiet because all the kids would be inside watching it. It was the same as when 90210 was on. Everyone was inside their houses watching it. It was crazy. And this is the most densely populated town west of the Mississippi. And so I did 20 shows like that for 3 years, and the show was like, it was so fucking popular and crazy. And then I started making movies, and I started winning all these fucking awards, all while still just living in this motorhome. And I just did all that shit by myself, and maybe like I'd have a couple friends help me here and there. But I just became within 2 years, I became this fucking master editor. It was like, it was crazy. I was just a fucking Final Cut Pro wizard. And this is Final Cut Pro 1. And then eventually, I started making some shows for ESPN, and that's how I found CrossFit, because one of the bouncers did CrossFit. And then I started, and I was making those shows for ESPN in my motorhome too. It was crazy. I would just make them on my little laptop, and ESPN would play them. So then I got the job at CrossFit, and I produced 5 movies that were in the top 100 all-time grossing movies on iTunes. And that was, the movies were good, but it was also fortuitous because CrossFit had a huge built-in audience. So when we released the movies, they would fucking sell like crazy. And then I became head of the media department there, and I was never really intimately involved with the live stream. That was other people's. I remember when we first went to ESPN, I was surprised Tony Budding didn't ask me any questions about it, because I had tons of fucking contacts over there. But they didn't ever include me in that, and they hired a bunch of people, and they were in charge of the live stream. So I didn't have any really live stream experience until this podcast, just zero. Even though I was, theoretically in charge of everything forward facing in the media department. So then, flash forward to now, and Matt Souza was like, hey, these people are asking us if we want to stream the event, we should do it. And I was thinking to myself, I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to like do anything out of my fucking comfort zone. I'm chill. You know what I mean? I just want to ride the assault bike and raise my kids, drive my minivan. And Matt, but I hid that from Matt. I didn't tell Matt that, right? I hate being around people like that who like don't want to try new shit. So I was like, yeah, of course. And then it fucking rolled up on us. The dates rolled up on us. And we did them. And on one hand, we were so fortunate. We had Tyler Watkins. Him and Souza like organized everything, like fucking everything. The only thing I was in charge of, and I wasn't like officially was in charge of it, but I started panicking that we weren't going to be able to have internet at the NorCal location. So I started making sure we were going to have it. And I was really concerned about cameras, and transmitters. So I was just in charge, I guess, basically unofficially of getting the cameras, the wireless systems for all the cameras working, and the drone and all that shit. And I have so much equipment. If you saw my office, you can't imagine what my office looks like. Every single person comes in here and they're like, holy fuck. Like I basically own a camera store. and in a computer store. I have like all the best shit. I just have so much just shit in here not being used, and it's always up to date, and I'm always getting new shit and gifts. And so we go there, and I come up with this harebrained idea at the last minute that instead of using Sony cameras, we're going to use these DJI action cameras. And then Tyler and Sousa learns how to use a switcher, the video caster, and then him and Tyler are in charge of like telling everyone what to do. And we get there, and the whole plan goes out the window, right? Because we've never done this before. But there were just crazy fucking powerhouse. Everyone who worked there was like a powerhouse and did like 3 jobs. And so it's this, Jenny was like the superstar, Barkley, Taylor, Bryson, Brad Osseroff, Pedro, Barbell Spin. But last minute Barbell Spin's like, hey, I have all my podcast gear here. So we set up a podcast next to the live stream and Syndicate. Like none of that shit was planned. It was just all hardworking people coming together. But it was important that Tyler and Sousa made a plan, even though it was like almost impossible to stick to because they gave us a framework. And we just streamed that shit. And what ended up happening is it became a blend of a podcast, a broadcast, and a documentary film, because that's what we do. We do cinema verite shit. And the first week, you saw what it was at Syndicate, and then it turned into something else a little bit different at NorCal. And although I'm exhausted, I've crossed that threshold of fear, and I'm kind of looking forward to doing it again so we could even implement more of that documentary feel. I'm trying to figure out how we can get the cameras on. I don't want to make things too much more complicated, like with gimbals and shit. So I'm trying to figure out ways to make the camera shot smoother and get people who are actual you can tell that Taylor is not a cameraman because he's getting swept up in the competition. When you're a cameraman, you have to look in the screen the whole time. So he missed a lot of shit because he's like so excited about the competition. And I can relate to that because it's like when you're filming your kids. Well, when you go back and look at the footage, you realize you missed the whole thing because you were watching the kids instead of watching the screen. So basically, it was just a fucking motley crew of dudes. It truly was by the fans, for the fans, and it just came together. I have so much fucking experience. I made movies in 100 fucking countries in my life in really austere conditions. And it's just a culmination of a lot of experience and then a lot of really passionate people, crazy people like Sousa just wanting to be like, hey, let's try something completely out of our wheelhouse. And that's the journey. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's the that's the fastest I could tell you the whole story.
No, it did. And what I heard is really from a live broadcast, streaming broadcast piece for an event of that size. It is kind of really the first 2 that you all have done, and you've been leading. So it's really cool because it is a very different skill set and experience set to have. Although there's correlations there, you don't have the benefit of longer term editing to put a kind of finalized product out, especially when people are refreshing leaderboards and wanting to look at streams and workout reviews, either in real time or very shortly after they're happening. So I think you guys crushed it. And I love how you touched on it too, that it was a mix of all 3. It was a podcast, a broadcast, and that documentary feel, and the rawness of the people that you had working it. It's authentically coming across that they have such a passion for what they're there to document. And the stuff that they're missing or they're not perfect on, that's what makes it so fun to watch, because you really feel like you're there. You're immersed in the event, good, bad, or indifferent. Who cares if you see every rep? But
that's the word, dude. That's the word I wanted to hear, immerse. So there's all these fucking idiots out there who are saying shit, and you truly are fucking idiots and morons. They're like, I hope that they realize that people in glass homes shouldn't throw Molotov cocktails, and I hope that they realize blah blah blah, that they shouldn't be criticizing people. Like, hey, dude, our mistakes are part of the fucking show, you moron. Like, we lean into it. Like, we are the only group that announces who our camera people are and who everyone is working on the show. We're actually the characters too. If you don't like that style, that's on you. But to say that anything went wrong, nothing went wrong, because all the things that go wrong are part of the fucking show. We're there to document everything. We're not trying to make anything fucking perfect. We're not trying to smooth over it. We're not trying to hide anything from you. Like, how fucking awesome was that when at the end of the last day, we're like, oh shit, we fucked up. One of our guys has crossed from being the filmmaker into the story. You know, like when Taylor fucking was in the athlete world.
It's that
And
stuff.
that's like,
It was
no,
a perfect event for you. It was a
yeah.
perfect event for you guys to do because
Yeah.
of all the wildness. And you guys matched the energy of the event. Anyone else that would have tried to capture that event us that didn't go and attend would never have understood how crazy that was. And it made me want to buy tickets to next year's event because I'm like, I want to be a part of that chaos and that community because it seemed just completely fun.
Oh, it was so fun. And obviously there's a ton of places where we want to, I guess you could use the word improve or get better, but there's nothing I'm not proud of. There's nothing I'm not proud of. Like, all of it was like, it still was perfect. I mean, the camera holding could be smoother. We could have included more better shots. We could have had better audio, but like, I'm still just like 100% happy with it. It was absolutely amazing. It was amazing. Sevon is Jake Chapman. That's very sweet of you. Sevon's starting to sound more and more like Trump. Thank you. The Bay Show. Stevie, this caller suggested a titty cam for female athletes last weekend. Can you ask him if his congregation would like that too? I don't know what you're talking about. The whole event is a titty cam. Do you guys understand? The whole event is so retarded in that sense, like in a good way, retarded. We're sitting in a fucking booth looking at 25 lanes, and half the girls, their fucking butt cheeks are fucking falling out of their suits, and they're pointing their pussies at us as they do all these weird movements, and they're wearing the smallest bras with granny panties. 90% of the women wearing granny panties. Like, from back in the day, we would have laughed at girls who wear those. Now I cover a sport where there's these chicks in these tiny little bras in granny panties, contorting their bodies into all these fucking different positions. I mean, just think, the same idiots who are saying we need to professionalize the sport now, those are the same idiots that 30 years ago would have called this the CrossFit event, the NorCal Classic, a soft porn event. And so I don't know what to I can't fix all the fucking morons, but the whole thing is so bizarre. Like, if people from 50 years ago watched this event, but in a good way. I loved it. I love the bizarrety of it all. But it's dudes working out in their boxers and girls working out in their bra and panties, and they're the greatest bodies, expression of female human bodies and male human bodies on planet Earth, congregating in some fucking floodplain in Sacramento, California, some shithole town. I mean, it was cool. I fucking loved it. I'm so happy. If we would have had live internet, like if we could have pulled that off, and fuck, we tried for months. That I bet you I could have raised $5,000 with $1.99 donations. That was another thing. The people who support this show, God bless you. You're fucking amazing. You bring so much energy and fun to it. That's the unspoken hero of Syndicate Crown. The people in the comments. Really, that's like the viewers are the platter that the cake sits on. You know what I mean? They're not the frosting. They're like, without the viewers, like, there's nothing even to hold the cake. I'm having a blast.
Well, thank you and the team for giving us something to support that's real and honest, because it shows in the work, and screw everybody else.
Yeah. And I like it that they don't like it, because, like, here's the thing. If they liked it, that would maybe tell me like something's wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
recently.
I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't like it.
I have had this conversation recently with people. I want to live my life in a way that people whose ideologies and beliefs are in contrast to me don't like me, don't want me around. That tells me that I'm staying on my path.
Right.
And it's the right path.
Right.
And I think you guys are doing that. The people that are complaining and having the most criticism of your guys' style, your guys' events are not the people that you want to be included with anyway. To me, they're very boring. They're losers. They're only in it for themselves. They hopefully don't care about the athletes, because all they're doing is supporting a lot of the victim mentality, and losing the true essence of what the sport and methodology is. So you guys stay on the path. Obviously, it's working, and because you have that criticism, you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's like love making. There's people who have just different there's different flavors to all of it. You know, there's the Asian girls who are like, eh. And then, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna do any other flavors, but there's just different flavors. And that was our flavor of love making. That's what we were all in 100%. If you didn't like it, that's on you. But you're just not made to take our D.
Hey, well, the flavor that you all were serving was tasty to me, and I'll end with that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Later, man.
Bye. As a kid, I saw this. I've never watched this DVD, but when I saw this, I really wanted to watch this. I loved those movies. I loved what was the Dustin Hoffman movie where he bangs that dude's mom? The Patriot. What was that movie? I watched it in film school. Call Her High. Hello?
Hey, Sevy, it's Plumber.
Jeff Bako, I want to live my life in an echo chamber. You do live your life in an echo chamber, a wrinkly echo chamber. You still smoke a pipe, dude. Hi, Will.
Hey, I think it's like a chapter that people are forgetting too when they criticize the live stream and whatnot is when you and Matt and Caleb, right, back in the day in 2022 and 2023 went to these places and these events, not invited necessarily to film and broadcast, right? Going to Wodapalooza and reaching out to people, and then we'd hold iPhones and stream the thing.
Yeah, Heidi Klum's holding an iPhone, and we're told we're going to get all this fucking crazy access, and we don't fucking get it, or we have to fight to get it, and people are trying to push us out. Yeah, totally.
Like that whole chapter
Yeah.
of those 2 years when you and everyone was still on the outs, right? No one wanted to let you in.
Yeah.
Right? They forget about that.
Yeah. Well, no, some people are like, how the fuck did they get in? I don't even know how we got in.
We bought tickets and showed up.
Right.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fun. And now I've dropped to one knee and I'm begging Jenna Haka over there at CrossFit to allow us to biomaxpeptides.com has bought a booth that sits right on the field at the CrossFit Games. And I want to bring that PepLink bonded router down there, and I want to do a live podcast in there. So like after every event, we can just go live sitting down by the side of the event. It would be so awesome.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. See you, Sevy. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Greg said he just landed in Paris. Travis, can we make it just the Sevon podcast logo with no words? And can we fade Jesus a bit? Slightly more blend.
Oh, but the Jesus isn't black enough. Can you make him a El Negro Jesus?
No, not just CEO. No, no. Remove all the letters and just the Buddha. Sevon. I don't know if I spelled Buddha right. No letters. No CEO, no the Sevon podcast, just like the little, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, shit, Travis, that shirt might be available soon. You're going to love that shirt. Fucking, I cannot believe how many people ask where they can get that shirt. I want to tell you about this movie I have in my hand. What is this? Um, uh, oh wow, that's a crazy picture you sent, Tyler. That circle of trust photo. Oh, oh shit. Oh shit, this is fucking good. Oh shit, I didn't know. That's what John Wool. That's John Woolley posted something. I hadn't seen it. Let me see. Um, uh, let's go visit, see what Woolley's doing. So I'm real, but before I go see what Woolley's doing, let me just tell you this really quick. So I always like those movies, the Girl Next Door movies. I like Mean Girls a lot. But I liked all the shows with just like the boy likes the girl next door who's super hot, and I like The Graduate where the dude's banging the other dude's mom, and so I saw this movie one time. It's called this. And I saw this DVD. It's called The Sacred Mound, and it says a 7-year-old boy's first desire, a passion for a full-grown woman. But I never saw. But I got this DVD and I never watched the movie. But I just remember being a little even when I was a little kid. I remember when I was 5, I was so into my kindergarten teacher. It's crazy. This is Alan, redhead. Anyway, I don't know if I'll ever watch it, but I got the DVD. Just little boy stuff. Hi.
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 I have to do one more segment before I bring you on. You could sit there though.
What?
Yeah. If I say anything bad, I'm sorry.
Hi.
You won the dollar yesterday in tennis? Oh, we could talk about tennis, the conversation we had with the tennis coach too, if you want.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. You're really trying to antagonize the CF bros. I'm here for it. I love CrossFit, and I do mean love. Been attending an affiliate. I feel antagonistic because I don't follow the Colts party line, and that offends a bunch of people who either aren't intellectually curious or don't care what the truth is as long as you agree with them. Okay, how about just one example? Listen, I know we did a poll. Wondering whether you
What?
I know we did a poll about how you spend your free time with Danny Spiegel photos. And it was overwhelmingly everyone agreed that you do spend a lot of time with photos and video of Danny Spiegel. But that's no reason that I wasn't suggesting that that's true at all. It was just a poll. I'm not suggesting it's true. With all the competition for CF lately, I think okay. You should entertain us by going on the Amazing Race with someone. I don't even know what the Amazing Race is. Which CF champ do you think is making the best transition to High Rocks? Who cares what Woolley thinks about that? Oh, here it is. The Sevon podcast congratulating themselves on the competition live streams. Hey, that's pretty accurate. That's more accurate than you know. I don't want to say that's more accurate than you know. I accidentally at Syndicate did. This is true. I accidentally did feel like there was this really tight spot, and Barkley tried to squeeze between me and this tight spot, or I tried to squeeze between him, and then there was like a step, and his thigh hit my junk, and like he fell down a step. I know that Taylor touched Jace Mitchell's. You know that big black dude, whitish black dude from Oregon, Washington. He's yoked out of his mind. The guy with the cool hair. They tried to call him Timu Jason Momoa, but he's definitely not Timu. This guy's a savage. he Taylor touched his junk. Jace Brooks, yeah. No, not because he's black. He's beautiful. I mean, but part of the reason he's beautiful is because he's like part black. But all his shit together is beautiful. He's fucking he is a super specimen of a man. That logo is when Wooly looks at Spiegel photos. I mean, that too, probably. But that's pretty funny. I think most of the boys, I think most of the people in the group are less. I don't know. I think most people in the group who worked on the show were harder on themselves than I am. I'm like ecstatic. I think I'm ecstatic I thought it was great, and I'm ecstatic that we pulled it off and all that shit. I think Souza is not like happy with the product, but I think he's like really happy with the learning curve and how much we learned as a team. So that I think all of us in one way or I mean, I know he is. He's really happy with how much the team learned and how well we did based on what we had. But I wouldn't think he's happy like I'm like fucking touchdown. I'm like spike the ball in the end zone. I'm like that photo. It really should just be me holding my Johnson. No, your camera's not on. So, that's funny to say, John. I don't think there. Just so for the record, I don't think there's anyone more intellectually curious or honest than me in the space. Like not even a little bit. Let me tell you what you're afraid to do, John. You are afraid to take a stand on anything because you're scared. You're scared. You're a scared man. You're a scared human being, and it's obvious. And you're scared, and you're a populist, and you're oversensitive, and you embrace that because you think it's a good quality, but it's not a good quality because it blurs your vision completely. So, like if you were intellectually curious, you would also say that you're very curious what it would look like to see Simone Biles and her husband make a baby. Hi.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Hi.
What'd you think about our meeting with our tennis coach yesterday?
It was fun, but I got tired. Some of the stuff I didn't understand really.
What was he asking? What do you think? Try to sum up? I don't even care if you're right or wrong. Don't be afraid. Just tell me like what you thought he was saying.
I forget everything that he says.
You forget it all?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically saying he basically was. This is my understanding. I'm no expert, but basically what he was saying is that you guys have invested so much time and energy into tennis, and you're so good at tennis that at this age,
I could just quit now.
He said, yeah, you could quit now, but he's basically saying that he had a student who, when they were 15 years old, came back to him and was like, man, I wish I would have played more tennis.
Mateo?
No, some girl he mentioned. I forget her name. But she said she wished she had played more tennis so that when she went to college, she would have been better. And so he's basically saying like, hey, now's the time to double down on the amount of time you spend on the court with a racket in your hand. If you want to start going down a competitive track of playing tennis. And I'm not a goal-oriented person, or I don't think like more than 3 hours ahead. So I'm like, hey, dude, if you want them to spend 4 more hours a week on the court, just send me a bill and tell me what time you'll be there, and we'll bring them on Sundays, and they can play for 4 hours. And he says, and his response is that you guys should want it yourself. But you guys don't know what you want because I keep you in a very small, tight world and just keep you on autopilot on a strict schedule. And you do whatever I say.
Sounds fun.
I know, it's a great life.
Not
So,
whatever you say, but sometimes.
yeah, you do a lot, you know. You do a lot of stuff I don't tell you to do too. When's the last time you snuck something out of the snack drawer?
Yesterday. Don't worry, it was only a holy ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, holy ball. You can sneak a holy ball. So I just I don't want to commit. I like if on Sundays you guys want to play tennis, we can go down and play tennis, but I'm just it's like this for people who I don't know if you're gonna understand this, but it's like Sousa. Every once in a while, Sousa knows me pretty damn well. Every once in a while, Sousa will be like, "Hey, can you do a show like on Tuesday at 6 p.m.?" And I just can't even answer that because it's like that's a week away. Like, hey, just schedule it and I'll do it. You know what I mean? Just force me to do stuff and I'll do it. If you don't force me to do stuff, I won't do any. I'll just do what I want to do, which is play in the garden and play with my kids. So I just need shit scheduled. So if this guy wants you to play more tennis, or he thinks you should play more tennis, like just throw it on the schedule. We'll go play more tennis. And the jiu-jitsu instructors are the same way, and I get it. They want probably more for my kids than I do. They're like, "Hey, man, your kids can fucking beat anyone anywhere in the world at any time. Let's fly out of the state and win some championships." And it's like, I don't know. It's like, why? Just lift weights at home and skate and
All you're getting is
play with Nerf guns.
All you're getting is a piece of metal.
Yeah. Well, they want you to get the experience too, right? They want you to get different looks at different kids who have different skill sets.
True.
So I don't know. Like I'm not a I don't know. I don't even know how to process it. So that's where we are. So we were supposed to answer him like in the next month whether you want to continue along the recreational track of tennis or competitive. I think what I'm going to say to him is like
I want to do that 4-hour thing on Sunday.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Playing with my brothers.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be needing an extra $1,000 a month in donations, people. So if you're not a CEO member now, please sign up. Patrick Clark, please sign up for the $20 a month subscription, and then I'll just pay him an extra $1,000 a month, and then 4 hours on Sundays we can just have him. Yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, and then it's on him. I just bring the kids there, and it's on him. How do you sign up? I don't know. That's a Caleb question. Okay. Anything else? I think the show's over.
It is?
I'm taking you guys to piano and then skateboarding and then to pizza. I think I can get you guys to skateboard without any pushback if I take you to pizza. We'll skate to pizza. We'll park at the point and then skate down to the pizza place.
Okay.
Is that the gardener?
No,
Gardener can't be here this early. It's not Thursday, is it? Is it Thursday?
yeah, today's Wednesday.
Oh, Gardener comes Thursday?
Sounds like the gardener. I don't know. I didn't come yesterday, so he might come.
For your mini Mick Jagger. Wow. Your hair's crazy, dude. Your hair's crazy. Let me see the back.
That's what I want to shave the back.
You do?
Yeah, I want to keep the front.
I want it to get so long that I can put it back up in like a bun on the top, like a samurai again.
You can already do that.
You can't? You think? Let me see. Pull it up. Let me see.
Barely.
No, not yet. Your hair is nuts. How's your lice? You have any lice?
Oh. Why are there hairs on your?
I was shaving this morning. I shaved a little bit this morning. I wish you would have told me that before I came in here.
Hey, I was asleep.
Uh,
Just got up.
oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice, Travis. I think you could even have that Sevon podcast logo faded more. What do you think? Does it need that circle around it? What about no circle? Travis, what about no circle around the Sevon podcast? And I see you faded Jesus a little bit. Oh my goodness. Do you guys want to see this shirt? Oh my goodness. I'll show you tomorrow. I'll show you the finish. Oh my goodness. Do you like that? That's dope, right? People said I looked buff in this shirt too. When I wore this shirt, it was the only time I got compliments on my body the whole weekend. So that was cool. Oh, look, Avery, new member. All right. Hope you enjoyed the show. I brought the full force of my. I brought it all. We talked about my film desires. We talked about
When'd you get that?
got this like 20 years ago. I've never watched it. You think it's inappropriate? Oh, yeah, it's a little inappropriate. Has English subtitles. You know it's crazy. Hey, if you want to watch a really good movie, it was only 3 out of 10 today. Man, that's wow. I thought I was like shucking and jiving. I thought I was killing today.
Eh.
Did you listen?
No.
Oh, then what? Then you can't have an opinion.
I'm on the show.
We talked about the bump on the scrotum. We talked about men and women's sports. Talked about it. It's okay to call a whack white for Brittany Griner to call her a whack white girl. We discussed maybe Alex Kazan coming on later on today. Oh, it looked odd with no circle. Okay, all right. Maybe it could be faded more. Then can the Devon podcast be faded more? It's good, dude. I don't know. Maybe don't ask my fucking opinion. I don't know. But the Jesus faded is awesome. Oh man. I'm gonna get rich off of Jesus merchandise. That's amazing. Who would have thought?
That you made that shirt, Heidi?
I didn't make that shirt, but in college I had a shirt like this that was my favorite shirt. And then this friend of mine who makes shirts said he just sent me one in the mail, and I wore it the other day, and everyone's like, "That's a dope shirt. Where can I get one?" Oh, oh shit. Oh, but the picture. Oh, is that the faded Jesus though on that picture on the one? Man, oh man, you are fast. Is that the faded Jesus? There you go. Just like that. Bam. We're live. I don't know why more people don't have Jesus on their shirt. Is that awkward for people? I was trying to figure that out. Is that like, do people see that on the back of your shirt and like Haitian Jesus? Haitian? Make Jesus black? That guy is black. What are you talking about? That is a black Jesus. I think that guy looks black to me. How come that shirt has a stain on it? Look at oh, you can't see my arrow. Look on that left sleeve. There's a stain on it. Like someone you
I see it.
All right. I'm excited. I'll take another one. Can you send me another one? A large? I want to have two. I'm gonna start wearing that shirt all the time. It's taboo to talk about Jesus, Conway. Is it? I'll see you guys. What's today? Wednesday. I'll see you guys later today. Oh, the last chance qualifiers coming up, and we will have shows on Saturday morning. I think it's for sure. Hopefully, for sure, I can get J.R. Howell on. I'm trying to get J.R. Howell on. The scores are due. Sorry, the scores are due Saturday night and Sunday night. So we'll be doing shows first thing Sunday morning to evaluate the scores, and then first thing Monday morning to tell you who won the last chance qualifier. Oh yeah, and then hopefully we can get Guzan on later today. Oh, I thought you were doing shows when the submission window closed. So the submission window closes. I will do them. If I can get someone to come on with me, I'll do them. The submission window closes at midnight on Saturday and midnight on Sunday. So I will do them, but that's like 3 a.m. East Coast time. So I was thinking about just getting up really early and doing them, but I will do them. Are you coming on those, Spin? You come on those, I'll do them. Sevon, it looks like you after a Spiegel Spank Bank session. Oh, gross. There's one more thing about there's something else I wanted to share with you about Jesus, but I forget.
Me?
Yeah, of course you. My whole life revolves around you. Are you sore?
No, I'm just stretching.
All right, guys. I will see you later on today. Oh, Bailey Martin had a mini heart attack. I know. Does he say it's from the vaccine? That needs a I need to get him on here too. I don't know when I'm coming on. I have to talk to her agent. All right. Talk to you guys later. Love you guys.